Hello everyone, hello and welcome. Welcome to this Personal Power Wellness Life Coaching segment with me, Jennifer from Personal Power. And I'm really excited to be with all of us tonight, today, in this moment, wherever you are in the universe when you see this or listen to this. Thank you for joining, and thank you to the universe and to you if you are one of the subscribers on YouTube, because we just reached the 100 subscribers mark, which I never thought I'd get to, back in the day when I started my channel. So this just goes to show that over time we can put our action and our energy and enthusiasm into an activity that maybe we don't expect a lot from it, but something about it just draws our desire and focus to contribute to that. So whatever it is that you're animated about, whatever it is that's your passion or you're excited, even if you don't know how it's going to happen, just keep going, keep believing, keep your faith strong, keep your path, focus on your vision ahead, and just keep at it with love, without any expectation on the outcome. Do it for you. Do it for your love of yourself, of your life, and your chosen topics. So thank you. And so without further ado, we're going to focus on tonight's video. And tonight's video, the ingredients or the recipe for a success for tonight are geared towards digestion and improving our digestion, getting yourself to a place where you feel even more optimal functioning in your bowels, in your colon, your intestines, more smooth moving action. And the reason why this is so important is because sometimes I struggle with this area because I consume a lot of raw food like fruits and vegetables, and sometimes that can be tough on my digestion, or it's just confusing because I need to make sure that I'm combining foods well, that I'm taking my time, and that I'm not eating too much in one sitting. So it's a little bit tricky for me sometimes, but I do my best. And so what that means is that I'm open and eager to learn, and I research new avenues for improvement. And this is one of those areas. So tonight we are working with our blender and simple natural ingredients that you may already have in your kitchen. And these are, we're working with a banana. We're working with some dried prunes, as you can see there. And we also have some honey. I have some raw honey here. And this is with the comb. And we just need some water. Now I'm going to probably jazz it up a little bit, and I'm thinking to add just a bit of celery for the added fiber. It's not a fruit sugar. It's not fructose, so I'm considering whether this is why it's not. The original recipe is only these simple 4 ingredients, one of which is water. So I'm just really tempted to keep it as original and simple as possible. But let's see, because I really like to embellish, as long as it improves the outcome. So without further ado, let us get started. So I have here our blender, and all it takes is we're going to add the ripe banana, cutting it up into pieces, and then that was 72 grams, and then this is 72 grams worth of dried prunes, which is 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces. These are organic dried prunes, which I'm particularly happy with because it's not quite so easy to get organic prunes unless you definitely have a place that you go to that sells organic fare. So that's what I did when I was in New York. And so 1 tablespoon of raw honey. So you take your tablespoon measure and you just add that. And this one is really delicious, but eating the cone can be a little bit tricky. So I really love making my blends. If it calls for honey or a sweetener, I really prefer using the comb in these cases. And then we take some cold water, about half a cup. So that's what we're doing here. This is half a cup. Okay, you just leave that in there. And this is it. It's not too much, and and the blender itself, the Vitamix here, has the remnants of a dressing that I made earlier tonight. So that's it. And what I will also do is add some cinnamon, because it's a great blood sugar regulator, and the flavor is also most pleasant. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of that. So it's going to be really nice, actually. This is just plain cinnamon. And Ceylon cinnamon is the best kind, the most optimal one to consume, Ceylon, organic Ceylon. Once you look into cinnamon, you discover that there's Vietnamese, there's Chinese cinnamon, and then they have, I believe, another cinnamon from Sri Lanka. And actually, when I visited Sri Lanka, I went to a small island where they have the cinnamon trees, and they have a fellow there who's basically sitting in his white underpants. I mean, he's an island dweller, and he's basically just whittling away at the cinnamon bark from the tree. He hacks at the trees, and then they have the fire burning there. The embers are alive, and they're basically working with all of their simple tools, and it's really something special that that you can witness. But in any case, that is the origin of what we get in these packages. And of course, I prefer organic cinnamon, which is stronger, pure. You know that it's not been refined, and it's not combined with fillers with other brands that are more or less generic, that are not organic. You just don't know 100% what quality you're getting. But we do our best, and then you know which brands you tend to like in any case, even if they're not organic. So that's all that we've got here. And I think that we are going to proceed and blend it. And hello to everyone. Hi, Beverly. Hello, Yusuf. So as I mentioned in the description, we are now going to create our blended concoction that is designed and intended to improve digestion and to give us smooth movement in our colon, in our intestines, and it's meant to be drunk, or it's meant for you to consume it the night before going to bed, probably 1 hour before, so that you're not stuffing yourself, or depending on how your tummy is feeling. So take it case by case and based on your own body and your own knowledge of what works for you. So let's go ahead, and we've got all of our ingredients already in the blender, and depending on what we discover, I may add another banana, a small ripe one, to balance things out. Your blender is strong enough to withstand it. Start slow and then gradually increase the speed. Key ingredient that I'm going to supplement it with is aloe water, aloe juice, because aloe vera is very healthy and beneficial for stomach and digestion. So like if you suffer from gastritis or a sensitive stomach, nerves, then having a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons in the morning on an empty stomach is highly recommended to improve to reduce sensitivity of the nerves, to improve the health and conditioning and the integrity of your stomach lining. So that's something that I've done, and it's really beneficial. Like, it's only very soothing, calming, and cooling. And if you have a sensitive tummy from the inside, this is what we want. We want to soothe the nerves, which are perhaps inflamed. They are obviously uncomfortable, so we want to reduce the discomfort, reducing the inflammation by not adding the killer foods or killer spices or substances, and focusing on the things that do support improvement and just moving in the direction of feeling even better. So because of that, I'm going to add aloe, and this is what I have to work with, organic aloe. It's unflavored because I don't like to get much flavoring in these products, because when you get added flavors, they have what's called natural flavors in the ingredients, which are actually not natural at all, but they're artificial. So they actually stimulate our neurotransmitters artificially, and they're basically MSG, monosodium glutamate, which is it's kind of like a mind alterant, which is the same they use in Chinese food that makes it so addictive, but it's also been discovered in studies to be linked with causing cancer in rats. So obviously we're not mice, we're not rats, we're not rodents, but the fact that it can create cancer in those creatures, and that it is related to kind of stimulating ADD, attention deficit disorder, and psychoactive disorders, we generally want to make sure our nervous system is not artificially and negatively altered or disturbed. Okay, so that being the case, that's why I stay away from natural flavors. Even if it's organic, even if it's in a yogi tea, I stay away from them. And this is going to be approximately 15 milliliters from what I see. So this is 15 ml, that's 1 cap, and unflavored aloe vera juice to improve the overall health of the stomach. And what we shall do now, friends, is we're going to add just another piece of ripe banana. Okay, so we've got one here. This is a ripe one. I'm going to weigh this so that we can work with accurate amounts. They're basically 2 smallish bananas. Yeah, they were both 75 grams. And down the hatch they go. And just blend her in. Hello, Karen. So I'll show you here. That we are done, and that was 2 small ripe-ish bananas, 75 grams of dried prunes, dried organic prunes, half a cup of water, 1 tablespoon of raw honey with the comb. Just in this case, it doesn't have to be this particular, you can use your own type of honey. But I prefer organic and I prefer raw, and that's just me. So go with what works for you, but I highly encourage organic and raw because it's not heated to the same temperatures that your typical commercial product is. Okay, so it's thick, as you can see, and dark. It's taken on the smell and the color of the combined prunes with the cinnamon. And you saw what it looked like when I invited you in there to look into the blender. And now we're just going to serve it up. I think that this looks like it'll be approximately 250, 350, and that might be 12 ounces. So that looks like 12 ounces. And we're gonna serve it up in our mug right there. Let's now tip it on over so that you get a look into what is happening here. Okay. And then, wow. So that is definitely thick. Oh my. Yeah, so I think the substance came out suitably well. And perhaps you could add some more, well, you know, you really have to play with it and just see how it works for you. And so that is 9 ounces with some leftover in the blender. And this is what it looks like. So 12 ounces, that's about 1.5 cups that we have created together. And I suppose we can have a taste test to discover it together. Okay, so this is it. This is our banana, prunes, honey, and water with a little bit of aloe. Oh wow, it's very sweet. So I don't think you would consume all of this in one go. I wouldn't suggest that. This is more like an amazing jam. And I also complemented it with cinnamon. So yeah, interesting. So that's it for our creation in our kitchen of love and light. The importance of our digestion cannot be underestimated because digestion stimulates more health. And health starts in the gut, it starts in our mind, but the mind is heavily influenced by what's going on in our gut based on the kind of bacteria that we have in there, our gut microbiome, and whether we have more beneficial, good, healthy bacterias, probiotics, or we have the invader bacteria that feed off of pathogens and that create more pathogenic activity, that create toxins, that excrete toxins into the system. So we certainly don't want that, but in order to ensure that we're on a path of more improvement, of more health, of more vitality, outer beauty, inner beauty, you know, peace of mind, thinking clearly, no mental fog, we need to make sure that our bowels are moving well so that you can really be light and not keep things inside, both metaphorically and literally. Okay, so we don't need to hold on. What's done is done. The past is over and we need to move ahead. So we need to let things go. We need to let things flow, and we need to flow forward with life and easily let life flow through us and with us, so that we can just live our most, you know, awesome and authentic, real, genuine self full of gratitude, full of appreciation, self-appreciation, life appreciation, thankfulness for your blessings, focusing on how far you have come, on your beautiful loved ones, your family, your good job if you have one. And if you do, that is a huge blessing, because when you don't have one, that's when you really desire one. And when you have it, then you forget that even at one time you really, really wanted this. So once upon a time, you wanted a lot of the things that you already have now. So don't forget that. Remember that. Remember that love that is here for you. And just remind yourself constantly, you know, things are okay. And it is okay to feel sad. It is okay to want more. It's natural. It is inevitable. And it's just the way that you're living your life, and it's just how we're thinking. So if you need to shed a tear from time to time because you just can't hold it in and you don't know what else to do, then do that. Give yourself that freedom. It's your life. You have a right to cry. You have a right to feel sad if and when you want to. But there's a difference between wallowing in self-pity and being a victim, and being self-aware and choosing self-empowerment, being conscious and awake, using that as a strength, a source of strength to move forward, and not as a window to downwards self-pity and victimization, because that is not the path to happiness. It may be, but it makes it much longer a path, and perhaps you don't even need that long of a path to reach where you want to go to. You don't have to suffer for it. You don't have to prove your worth. All you need to do is to love yourself and love life, and ask life for you and life to be co-creators and partners, and to be great partners, loving partners, and for you to see the best in yourself and in life from moment to moment, day to day, and just taking it easy, and to be guided, to be in the wisdom, to have the wisdom, to receive the wisdom from inside of you that is the most beneficial, that will help you to be your greatest self even more than you already are. You don't need to change. You don't need to improve anything. It's your choice, and it's only you who decides whether something is missing or not missing, whether you have all you need and you're happy and content, or you're not. And there's just a thin line between that side of the fence. So either way, it's fine, and it's just your choice. And either way, it's always your choice to just simply choose to be happy where you are and move forward from there. Because regardless, you're only moving forward in your imagination. And that's all that we're living life with, is our imagination. So use your imagination as you proceed in your life, and just create it moment to moment, based on your preference, on your decision, and on gratitude. Gratitude or appreciation, whatever makes you feel just glad to have what you have, and just makes you want to say, you know what? Thank you, life. Thank you that I've come this far. I'm not perfect. I'm not happy with everything yet, and I want to improve this area of my life or my body or XYZ. And that is okay, and I'm not going to rush. I'm not going to stress. Just happy with the way things are going. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I ask for peace, and I ask my angels and the universe, my guardian angels, please help me here and now, because your life is always just the here and the now. So go ahead, enjoy this here and now, and I bid you farewell for now. And God bless you. Always you are blessed, and I send my very best. Thanks for joining along our foray into this digestive improvement journey with prunes, bananas, raw honey, cinnamon, a little bit of aloe vera juice, and water, and lots of love and positive energy, positive vibes, positive intention, and divine emanations. Take care of yourself. Have a sweet life. And I'll see you soon. And thanks for subscribing to my YouTube channel as well, which is in the description of this video. See you soon. See you again. Thank you for today, and namaste. The light in me bows down to the light in you. And bye for now.